This is complex numbers. So when you first started elementary school, you started with counting numbers, 1, 2, 3, and then you added the number 0 and you had whole numbers. And then when you got to algebra, you added negative numbers, so then you had integers. And in the third grade, you had fractions, so you had rational numbers. And all these are rational numbers. And then in algebra, you had square roots. Then you had irrational numbers. Then this set of numbers is the real numbers. And now in algebra 2, we have imaginary numbers. And then you combine imaginary numbers plus real numbers and you get complex numbers. And this is the final set of numbers. You don't need any numbers after complex numbers. Okay? So this is the final set of numbers. And this part's relatively easy. All we're going to do is identify the parts. So this part is the real part. And this part is the imaginary part. Okay? So a complex number is a combination of real and imaginary. So here we have the real part of 4, imaginary part of negative 2i. That's all I'm doing right here. Real and imaginary. So it's here. What's the real part? Well, you don't see it, so it's 0. And the imaginary part is 7i. Okay? And when we simplify this, you simplify as treating the I like it's a variable. Notice just because you see parentheses, it doesn't mean it's multiplication. Pay attention to the sign that's in between them. So this is 3 plus 5, making it 8, and 2i plus 9i, making it 11i. That's it. And then B, so it's 4 plus 3, making it 7, negative 5i plus I, making it negative 4i. Going on. C, this time, pay attention, there's a minus sign here. So it's going to be 9 minus 5, making it 4, and 3i minus 2i, making it plus I, right? Or 1i. Just don't write the 1. Here, there is no real part, so just copy the 10. And pay attention, this is a negative 4i minus 5i, making it negative 9i. So here, first time we have multiplication, we're distributing a real number. So 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times minus 2 is minus 12i. That's it. Next time I'm going to multiply the 4i. 4i times 2 is 8i. 4i times 5i is 20i squared. But keep in mind, I squared cannot be left alone. Remember, I squared was negative 1. So we write 8i minus 20. Now, generally speaking, we do like to have it in the real part, imaginary part order. Okay? Going on. 4 plus 2i times 3 plus 6i. We're just going to multiply that out. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 6 is 24i. Then 2i times 3 is 6i. And 2i times 6i is 12i squared. Combine the like terms in the middle. That's going to be 30i. And don't forget that I squared makes that positive 12 into a minus 12. And it turns out 12 minus 12 cancels. And the final answer of 30i. And final example, 6 plus I squared. We're going to go ahead and just rewrite that as 6 plus I times 6 plus I. And then do what we just did. 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times I is 6i. I times 6 is 6i. I times I is I squared. Combine like terms in the middle. Change the I squared to minus 1. So now we have 35 plus 12i, right? 36 minus 1 is 35. And that's it. That was a short lesson.